When one begins to look at the fighting style of Muhammad Ali, I think the first thing you're going to notice is that his hands are down. And you might be sitting there scratching your head thinking, well, I thought you were supposed to keep your hands up. Everyone tells me I'm supposed to keep my hands up. From my coaches to the internet trolls, everyone tells me keep your hands up. But then when we look at not just the greatest boxer of all times, but the greatest athlete, this dude's got his hands down. So what's going on here? Well, to explain that, let me start by saying this. Anyone who says you have to keep your hands up all the time is wrong. They are just wrong. That is not an objective truth that you have to keep your hands up all the time. When you put your hands up or put your hands down, you can think of either as having different strengths and weaknesses. Neither is right or wrong, and there are different circumstances and opponents when you should use either. The major advantage of keeping your hands up is that you can, one, form a good layer of defense around your head, and two, it largely protects you from the shots you couldn't see coming. If your hands are always up, you don't necessarily have to see what's coming at you in order to block it. It's like insurance on what you can't see coming. And because those are the shots that hurt the most, the ones that put the most people down and in the hospital, that's why people are so adamant about put your hands up, because they're protecting from that worst case scenario. Now, to understand the weaknesses of hands up, I think you have to understand the strengths of hands down. The first thing that you should know is that the human brain can only focus on so much of the human body at once. It only has so much working memory or RAM, whatever you want to call it, to be used in any given situation. And one thing that really takes a good amount of working memory is anything that involves strenuous muscular effort over a long period of time. And that is absolutely something that holding your arms up does. If you hold your arms up, notice how your shoulders automatically just tense up. To hold that up over a long period of time is going to take an awful lot of your total working memory that we've got going here. And all of that delicious working memory is being taken away from your feet. Yes, that's right. If you keep holding your hands up the whole time, you will not have the mental capacity to move your feet in a way that you would if your hands were down. A big part of that is because your body simply was not made to carry your hands up for that long. So if you want to be able to move more with your feet, in more of a way your body was designed to move around, you can lower your hands. Are you taking the risk of taking the big shot that could really put you down? Yeah, absolutely. Are you giving yourself more mobility with the footwork in order to avoid that shot? Yeah, absolutely. So, depending on what your fighting style is, what your mindset is, who you're fighting, you can use hands up or hands down. Hands down is not incorrect, it's just different. And if you disagree, don't blame me, man. Take it up with Ali.